Girl, slay the house down boots, mama.
Now that was a bad choice.
Right. No. Don't try to change the subject. Spill the tea.
Okay, but what was she expecting?
Well, that bitch is crazy.
Honestly, Papa, we should have talked first.
Can you blame
She
her?
should probably drink a little less. Literally. Well, let's get into it then. It's time to spill the tea with Damon B.
Hey everyone, and Happy New Year's!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Woo! I wish I had one of those whistle things. You know, like that. Wah. You know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really annoying.
Thanks for tuning in and joining us for a brand new episode of the podcast in the new year 2024. Bow, 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 bow. I sound so thrilled.
So thrilled.
So thrilled.
What is weird is that it just doesn't, change.
It doesn't change. It's just
Yeah.
another year. Oh my god, I must be getting older. I used to be so excited for the new year, and now I'm
Did
just
you?
like, it's the same thing. It's the same. It's the same thing. It just keeps on going. It feels like I don't know. The world's constantly burning, and
Oh my God.
it's just well, new year, new me, new perspective. So,
Wow.
well, remember the one year Australia was on fire and like all the kangaroos were dying? That was so fucking
Oh,
sad. And the
yeah.
koalas couldn't
Yeah.
take that. And then we had like
hmm
a pandemic, and then it was
hmm
just like I
hmm
don't know,
And I
people.
think
Oh,
the
a
pandemic
war. Oh,
changed a lot of things.
mm,
For people, because I think prior to the pandemic and after, are like, even if we watch our New Year's celebrations, I think you'll see two totally different things. You know what I mean? People just
yeah,
aren't going out as much, staying at home. Um, but maybe that's a generational thing, because when I was young, like your age, we definitely were out. We were dressed up. I used to buy a new dress every year,
oh
and I
wow.
mean like a floor length, like really
Oh,
fancy, very
oh,
fancy.
she's talking about a gown. Oh,
Mhm. Mhm. A New Year's gown, and we would go out. There'd always be some New Year's dance everybody was going to, and you had to go to, and yeah, yeah,
that
they
actually
don't
sounds
do
like
that
a
much.
that sounds like a fun time. I would love to go out. Actually, so I'm throwing a New Year's party this year for my friend.
What?
I know because I said to myself for the past like 3 years I've been feeling the same way where it's just
Mhm,
like New Year's, who cares? Now I'm just like I should do something. Everyone else is doing something. I don't want to
mhm,
miss out. I'm gonna throw a New Year's party. Um, some of my friends haven't seen like my place yet, so I'm inviting like my old housemates and just a couple of close friends
oh,
to come like
that'll
yeah,
be
to come play
nice.
games.
Yeah,
And I just bought appetizers because they were on sale, so
nice,
I was like,
nice.
let's get those.
Yeah,
They were like 50% off, so I was just like, what's wrong with these? I
wow.
was like, throw them in the
I'll just
freezer.
give them to my friends.
Yeah, right.
They'll be fine.
They'll be
They'll
fine.
just think it was the alcohol when they're throwing up tomorrow.
Exactly. So yeah, I'm so excited to throw a New Year's party because
Okay, that's fun. See, I want
yeah,
you guys to get celebrating,
yeah,
because
exactly.
all too soon it comes to an end. And there's no
Right.
celebrating. There's no, you know, out until 12. I think the last 10 years, I've probably been in bed before New Year's Eve,
Oh, that's
before
sad.
12 o'clock.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
isn't
It's
that
not sad.
sad? It is
I mean,
sad.
that used to be me, like, growing up too, because 'cause I'd spend the holidays down south, so I would spend it with my grandmothers, and, yeah, we were in bed by it was
Mhm.
so hard to stay up for midnight. Actually, the most iconic New Year's Eve ever that
Uh-huh.
we watched on television was Mariah Carey, and she's like, "I'm having some technical difficulty with, like, her." That was, like, one of the best things ever, seeing her bomb, um,
Oh,
on New Year's Eve. Yeah.
wow. Yeah. Well, we don't do a lot. This year we'll be on our staycation, I think.
Right.
But even then, uh, probably will be coming home the next day on New Year's Day. So I don't think we'll be doing much.
So,
Um,
do you make New Year's resolutions?
ugh, no, I have done that, and I just never stick to them. Like, should we
Yeah.
do something here where we go, let's hold each other to it? Do you do that?
I think it's a great motivator for I'm gonna say the first 3 months of the year. After
Yeah.
the first, like, 3 months, I ain't doing it no more. It's just like you fall out of it. There's too much stuff going on. You can't keep up. Like I used to do,
Mhm.
like lose weight, or I'm going
Mhm.
to. Oh my god, what? I'm trying to think of some of them. Maybe I don't.
Yeah.
I think the only one was lose weight.
Yeah, I think that's mostly everybody's is because after the Christmas holidays and all the
Yeah.
holidays, they're eating, 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 and they gain 10 pounds, and then they say, "Well, I need to lose it, so that's gonna be my resolution." And I wonder, should it be a little, deeper? I don't know, but I don't know. Like,
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
either.
love sweeter, I'm gonna, for you, maybe get out there and get dating, give your
Oh yeah.
Gram some great-grandchildren. I don't know.
Grandma, I don't know how that's gonna work out unless someone gets me drunk and has adoption papers and gives me a pen. I don't know how you're gonna get great
I
grandkids.
don't I don't
I
know,
don't
I don't know how
you
it's gonna work.
yeah, I don't know
It's a
either.
possibility, isn't
So
it?
I just don't think you're accepting the fact that I'm gay, and you're like, actually, that's my mom too. She wants grandkids, and
Yeah. Yes.
um,
There's a lot of pressure.
a lot of pressure.
Maybe you
I
should get
know.
those adoption papers made up yourself.
Going. Let's get it going because it does take a while, it does
Right,
take
and then bring in some poor unsuspecting fool,
oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh,
You gotta figure that stuff out.
I don't.
I've
That's
already done my chore in population.
see, and I don't need to contribute to the populate. We're overpopulated, so for a
Do you feel
fact, I'm
that way?
adopting. Oh, I feel that way. I feel like we're very overpopulated the planet,
The
and
planet itself, I believe, is, and I've been having some very strange thoughts about that lately. When you consider, um, like North America,
mhm,
and I think the United States has 330 million, and then we're about 30 million, and I don't know how many's in Mexico. But
right.
if you put that against China, or over in India, and their population is in the billions.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really,
Okay, well, compared to
who,
other countries, I think I'm talking as a world overall.
right.
I think we are overpopulated,
Oh,
but if we
yes, I think
break it down,
yeah, but I just feel like, if you take our little North America and put that
oh yeah.
against all these other countries that have very wildly different beliefs than we do and
Mhm.
want to rule the world, um, they may well figure that out somehow
Okay, well,
with
I might
their
relate to that.
populations.
I might relate to ruling the world, but I don't relate to I don't relate to
Well, you
populating.
might wanna move to a more populated place if you're gonna
I
rule
don't
the
no,
world.
I don't need to. It's a
No?
lot of just brainwashing and manipulation over the internet. That's all you
Right,
really
okay,
starting
well
with this podcast,
yes.
actually.
Woo, woo.
You've actually all been brainwashed. If you made it to this episode so far, you have a chip in your neck.
Yeah, yeah, and you're under the spell with 12 other people.
Right? You're under the spell.
Yeah,
With the 12 other people. It just
yeah.
starts with 12, and then we start growing. It's a doubling system, 12, 24,
Oh,
48.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay.
It's a doubling system. Um, New Year's, okay,
I'm at a loss with New Year's, really, because
I
it
know.
for me, I've never really okay, in my 19 to whatever, well, probably younger than that. Let's be honest. 16 to 23.
So 1960 to 1923, what did you do?
No, 1923. That would have been a fun time. I would have liked to have been at a New Year's party in 1923.
Was there a
I think
war going on in
I think
1923?
that would have been fun.
I don't know my history. Was there a war?
Uh, I don't know if World War I was going on.
Let me Google that
You
quick.
better check that out.
Because you're like,
Um,
oh, what a fun time.
yeah, maybe it wasn't. Oof, sorry.
Yeah. You've been canceled.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, in the 20s, you see the flappers and stuff, and I think they had a lot more fun than we have. I think we're not a fun society anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so
I think
either.
everybody's really serious. Like they're
That's
always serious.
I've been going to comedy shows lately and like
Mhm,
concerts,
mhm.
and I realize people will pay to get out of their life, like their
Right.
current life, to go get away from their office job or whatever.
Their
It's
seriousness.
Oh my god, it's
Mm.
so great because they actually let loose when people, like, go out, which is amazing. Some people don't, some people are still, like, uptight and stuff, but you need to laugh. Everyone takes everything so seriously now, and it's just like, sometimes you just gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Yeah, and I think we shouldn't take things so seriously, because we can only control ourselves and what's
Right.
in our surroundings as much as we can. So, I mean, what are you gonna do about, as I said, I'm having these thoughts, about our population in comparison to these massive populations and thinking, well, who's gonna win that battle? You know darn well who's gonna win that.
Yeah.
Um, but why am I worried about it? I can't do anything about it. I'm like a housewife from Nova Scotia. I don't, what am I gonna do?
Right? I was thinking, I was like, "Should I just become a pirate?" Like, I don't know, I'm very inspired by pirates, and I was like, "What do I got to
Maybe you
lose?"
should. Maybe in the
I
new year, that could be your resolution,
Right?
is
And
looking into becoming a pirate.
it's just so hard not to get sucked into, like, politics. I'm a very, like, political person,
Right.
and when I see stuff that's going on that I, like, don't agree with and stuff, like a
Mhm.
greenbelt scandal and,
Mhm.
like, oh my god, our health system,
Mhm.
oh my god, getting a doctor's appointment, OHIP only covers 15 minutes, so you can only
Mhm.
talk about one thing, and
Right.
it's just like, do I need to refill my prescription for my puffers for asthma, or do I need a referral for a hemorrhoid doctor? Like, which is it? These are life
Okay.
choices.
Either I can't breathe or I can't poop. Which is
Yeah,
it?
which is it? Or you can poop and it's just a wreck down there. But
Oh,
anyways,
okay.
2024, I actually got like a referral. I think it's like January 6th or something. January 6th or January 10th. I'm going to go see a hemorrhoid doctor.
Ooh, yay. So that's
Don't
something good in the new year.
Something great in the new year. It's
Yeah.
it's looking up so far.
It's looking up.
It's looking up. Speaking of 2024,
Uh-huh.
um, so I did a tarot card reading with some of
Oh.
my coworkers the other day, and my
Oh,
tarot
at
cards for
work.
at work
Wow.
on the
Oh,
lunch
okay.
break, of course.
Mhm.
My tarot cards were so good. It was telling me I'm gonna get a new job. I'm gonna have a very good raise, or like I'm gonna make a lot more money than what I was. I'm gonna pay off a
Ooh.
lot of my debts. It was just telling me I'm making stacks on stacks on stacks. So I was just like,
So you're
love
gonna
it.
get that mansion we talked about last podcast. It's
Exactly.
coming. It's on its way.
It's on its way. Oh, 100%.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So here we are talking about we came into the podcast very low and like, oh, everything's the same and blah, blah, blah. But now listen, your hemorrhoids are gonna be fixed. You may
Mhm.
be getting a mansion,
Well,
money on the horizon.
there's money on the horizon. I don't know if I'm going to be getting a mansion in 2024. If I am getting a mansion, it's going to be Barbie's dream house mansion. So, but we'll expand. It's an expansion project.
Barbie's dream house.
Yeah, Barbie's dream house.
Oh, I should have got you that for Christmas.
Honestly, oh, I had the coolest toys. Oh, I had, like, the littlest pet shop stuff and the, like okay, fun fact for you, the littlest pet shop houses were better than the Barbie houses. Oh my god, it was so cool.
What?
So I
How's
would take my
that?
or maybe it was the Polly Pocket houses because I had Polly Pockets, I didn't really have Barbies. So I had Polly Pockets. Oh my god, how did I not everyone not know I was gay, like, at such a young age? I had Polly Pockets, lipstick,
Yeah,
and
come
littlest
on.
pet shops. Come on,
And
people.
and you painted your nails.
Did I really?
Yes.
I don't
You
remember that at
loved
all.
it. Well, your mom would paint them, but you loved
Oh.
it.
All I remember was smoking cigarettes with my aunt.
I
Just kidding.
I knew you were gay.
I
Man.
I was so obsessed with being like my aunt Mimi.
Oh,
She was
yeah.
so beautiful, her nails
Yes.
were always done, and she was a
She is
smoker.
so beautiful.
So, I love the scent of nicotine now. So,
Mhm,
I wasn't smoking real cigarettes, by the way. I would get the Popeye cigarettes. She would buy me the
mhm.
Popeye cigarettes, and I would smoke with her outside, and I remember the looks
Yes.
people would give us as they're walking by thinking I'm smoking a cigarette, but it's just a Popeye cigarette.
And you look
Um
so beautiful too.
and I look so gorgeous. Oh
Yes.
my god.
Yes, because she
Like,
made smoking look deliriously delicious.
no, smoking is cool. I don't know
Yes.
whoever said smoking isn't cool. They lied.
Oh,
Smoking
they
is
did.
cool.
I look great smoking.
Oh my god. I
Yeah.
would hang out with the smokers all the time. I can't smoke,
Mhm.
I have asthma,
Yeah.
but I tried smoking a cigarette, had an asthma attack. So
Mm.
but I would hang around with the smokers because
Yes.
I actually like the people who smoke, and I also get a rush from that smell of, like, nicotine or whatever.
Yes.
Belmont Blue King or whatever, that's
Mhm.
those are the ones.
Yes. I was always a fan of, menthol, which people never really understood, but my grandmother used to smoke menthol, and I used to steal her cigarettes, which I'm sure she knew I did. Um, and
The
I got onto
$2,
those.
the
No, 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 no.
no, the favorite one. The favorite
Yes.
grandma.
And, anyway, I smoked menthol for a long time, and there was a sign in one of the hospitals in Toronto that said, "If you smoke cigarettes, we may see you. If you smoke menthol, we will see you."
Oh.
So that's a kind of a scary, thought in that
Oh.
they do cause cancer.
I was thinking about the other way, like, if you had to go in a hospital because of something, it's like, "Oh, we
Mhm.
will see you if you only smoke menthols. We won't see you if you smoke cigarettes." But now
Oh,
I get
no,
it, where it's like,
they
we
may see
will.
you,
Yeah.
but we absolutely 100% will
Yeah.
see you. Because I remember telling someone
Mm.
that I smoked menthol, and that's what they told me. Um, and I don't think I didn't quit them. I think they stopped selling them. I don't think
Ow.
they make them anymore because they're like a minty cigarette, and I don't think they made them anymore. I think they stopped. Probably for that reason,
Uh-huh.
'cause they
Now,
were
okay.
absolute
Now
cancer sticks.
did you ever tell yourself, "For New Year's, you're gonna quit smoking"?
No. No,
Oh,
I really loved smoking,
well,
but
it
I
was
think
cool.
I did when I quit. When I finally quit, I think it was at New Year's,
Oh,
weirdly, but it
good.
wasn't planned that way. I think
It
that's
wasn't
just
a
what
New Year's
happened.
resolution, but you did quit around that time.
Yes. Yeah, and that's coming up quite a while ago, 7 years.
Coincidence? I think not. I'm just
Yeah, maybe.
kidding.
Maybe not. I don't recall it being a resolution, but
Oh,
I know it was around, New Year's that I quit.
and oh, yeah, okay, for New Year's, did you ever do the thing where it's like when it hits midnight, you have to kiss somebody?
Yes, yes, we always did that.
Oh.
That was something that you did. So you always had a date. Well, at least I did. Um,
Different
and
guy every year.
yeah, probably. And yeah, you always kiss somebody or them on, or if you're somebody else, somebody was awfully mad on New Year's.
You're like, "Well, you weren't around me when the clock struck midnight. I had to kiss somebody else." Like,
Right, right. You had to
I
grab
did
someone. Yeah,
wow, oh my
yeah,
god. See,
yeah.
I haven't been to a party like that yet.
Really? Yeah,
Well,
see,
I'm
that's
sure
what
if
I'm saying. Things have changed, and that changed. Like prior to COVID, there were still a lot of dances, even out here. We were actually invited because we had just moved here, and we were invited to one, and then COVID hit, and then
mm,
they haven't had those dances since, but they may have started them up again, and I have to look into it because I always like doing that. The problem is getting there and getting home, and that's a big deal too. You know, you can't drive, so you gotta
Yeah.
have someone or pick you up and bring you home. We always live in the country, so that's another
Well,
thing.
you drove home drunk, so
I did before, and as I
yeah,
said, I paid the price on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the year 2000, did you think the world was ending, or what did you
You
do?
know, I went to bed and I did have a little, I think I was more upset when the Mayan calendar ended. I think
Oh, I
that
remember that,
gave
yeah,
me a
yeah.
little bit more anxiety. But yeah, 2000, I did sort of think like, because we were very concerned then about computers,
Mm,
because they hadn't planned on the switchover from 1999 to 2000, and nobody. I worked at the hospital, and nobody knew what was going to happen. Were they going to work? If they
mm,
did, what was going to happen to all the information, like, date wise was the problem. So there was a little anxiety around that, how much work that was going to be. And yeah, yeah, it's kind of, you always think, well, maybe some idiot will press a red button in some other country just for the shits
f
and gigs.
for the shits and gigs, they said, "Well, everyone's thinking it, let's just do it."
I'm just going to be the
Could you
asshole that
imagine?
does it.
Could you imagine? You're like, "Well, I got nothing else better to do."
Yeah. Yeah.
My date didn't kiss me at midnight.
All right.
Red button.
She kissed someone else. Here you go.
Or
Canadians eat
he, or
this.
he. I'm just
Or
kidding.
he.
Or
Exactly.
he. Oh my, that was
Exactly.
so funny. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
so I mean, um, I don't know. I think if the again, it's not something you can control, so I don't know why you would get anxious about it. I always say that being an intelligent person, a thinking person, sometimes it's not good, you
Well,
know?
sometimes, yeah, 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 yeah. I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
I remember when the Mayan calendar was coming to an end, and I remember
Uh-huh.
talking to Grandpa about it, and I was just like, like, why would the calendar end like around this time? I was like, Christmas was
Mhm.
happening or something, and it was just
Mhm.
like, why can't it happen
Mhm.
before or something like that? Because it was
Mhm.
like I just had to go out and buy all these presents.
Yeah,
You-
yeah, exactly. Why are they putting me out like this?
yeah.
And it was weird because so many things had, I think, come about from that calendar. Like they were
Mm.
able to predict things and whatever. So people were concerned about that. But it just turned out that I guess the last person that kept the calendar died, and
Oh yeah,
or
they
that's as far as they went, and they didn't go any further.
exactly.
Hmm.
Well,
Could have been scarier. You know,
that's
I
true.
don't think this year is like turning to 2024, so I don't think we have too much to think about, do we? I think, well,
Um,
world-wise, I think there's a lot to think about. Um,
oh yeah.
a lot of
Also,
it is confusing to me too.
a lot of it
Um,
I feel like could just be solved by common sense. I'm like,
mhm,
why is this really happening?
mhm,
And what are we gonna do to stop it? And
mhm.
are we gonna take 3 years to figure this out? No, I think we can get it done today. Like,
Yeah, yeah, and I think what happens is, people expect things to happen, and the government is terribly slow at making things happen, Um, and then you look at things that are happening in other places and think, is that going to happen here? Um, and you hope not, because
yeah.
we're, fairly progressive country, but there's a lot of low mumbling and in the background, um, with similar views and beliefs that you hope don't come to the forefront. I think 2024 is going to be a wonderful year for everyone. Hopefully.
Well, I know it's gonna be a wonderful year for me because the tarot card said I'm gonna be rich.
It is. Of
Of
course it
course
is.
it is. Also, I should do one for my love life. Okay, so the other thing is, I always thought I wanted to be in a relationship. I do want to be in a relationship, but then I get to the point where I'm like, I can't think about someone else's feelings. Like, I just, ugh, it sounds like a lot of work, and it's like,
Really?
mm, yeah, like
Okay.
I. No, 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 no. I went out with somebody and they had bad breath, and I was
Oh,
trying to I was like, "Oh, do you want a piece of gum? Do you want a
yeah.
mint?" Like, something like that, and like, "No, I'm
Yeah, that's
okay, thanks."
unfortunate. Like,
Mm.
how do you bring that up without actually hurting their feelings? You
Uh,
know?
I I literally at one point, I had to like, bite my tongue because I wanted to say, "You need to get a mint in that dumpster because I can't do it."
Well, that's the thing with being married for nearly 25 years. If his breath smells, I just say, "Hey,
You
your
can
breath
do it, yeah.
stinks." Yeah, and he'll look at me and go, "Hey, this is wrong." You know?
Well,
So, that's a nice
that's a
thing about being in a relationship.
that's also a dangerous game. You put I've noticed you put on a few pounds, I'd like for you to lose those.
Well, thankfully, we seem to do it together,
Oh, great.
so neither one of us could say anything.
Great,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So in
So, okay,
2024, maybe.
resolutions. You're
Yeah,
gonna
oh,
have a
resolution.
mansion, you are gonna go to a oh, you're gonna have a party,
Yep.
and oh, and by the way, this is coming out the day after New Year, so hopefully your party goes well.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
I'll have to give an update. Post a little TikTok vid. Oh,
Yeah.
we're blowing up on TikTok. We're, blowing up on TikTok. Or
Are
no,
we?
it was the YouTube reel. I posted a YouTube reel and I got, like, 1,700 views, which I don't think that's a lot, but to me, that's a lot, so I'm super
Yeah.
proud of us.
Yeah. What was the reel? I don't understand what that is.
Oh, it's a short video. It's like a TikTok that I just uploaded to YouTube, which is just
Oh,
short
okay.
videos you can scroll through.
Well,
But
in the new year too, I think we're talking about actually being on camera.
yes. Oh, yeah, that's the other
Yeah.
thing. 20
I
that's
have
our New
to
Year's resolution. We're gonna get on
yes.
camera.
Okay.
Mm,
We'll try it,
we'll try it out
maybe.
here. Oh, damn. Oh, see, my hair is a mess right now, so this was the good thing about being off camera because it doesn't
Mhm.
matter. I just gotta
Mhm.
talk into a mic and be my authentic self. Yes,
Right.
God, Queen, like, you know? I
Uh-huh.
don't know.
Well, you can always borrow one of my wigs.
Oh, could you
That's what I'll
imagine?
be wearing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, "Grandma, listen, we gotta talk." We're like, maybe we should have our cameras off.
We'll do one and it'll be like, "Yeah, no, this is not working."
Yeah. Also, this is like off topic. I just thought about it. But Maya, she's getting old, and I
Mm,
always joke with my grandmother, I'll never know when she dies
mm.
because you're planning on stuffing her. And
Absolutely. She'll be in the background and you won't know whether she's alive or dead.
yeah,
Okay.
like yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we'll play a game at one point and you can
Just
try and
guess.
guess. Yeah.
Send me a picture and be like,
Is she
well, I think that's
alive?
how
Is
it
she dead?
happened.
Yeah.
That's how that happened, is when you sent this picture, I'm like, "Is she okay?" Is she
And then I tapped her and went, yeah, she's
Yep,
fine.
she's still breathing.
Yeah.
Took her a second. She's good though.
Okay. Happy
Okay,
New
well,
Year.
yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and Happy New Year.
Bye.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Again, I'm your host, Damon B, and I hope you enjoyed spilling the tea with me.